This is The Athletic. Now, what they did was they said, which NHL teams have improved the most this offseason? Now, they ranked all 32 teams. I'm not going to go through all 32. I'm going to go through the top 10, and I'm going to go through the bottom 5. Yeah, I will agree. I don't know. I mean, that's a lot that the Lightning lost. Killorn, Cole, Colton, Corey Perry, Patrick Maroon. I mean, now they say here, I'm not sure people are quite prepared for the potential drop in relevance from the Tampa Bay Lightning. They got their cups, they paid their core, and now it might be time to pay the piper. I can't necessarily disagree with that. Now, Winnipeg, they have it number 27. Seattle at 28. 29 is Philadelphia. 30, the Leafs. In Bertuzzi, Klingberg, Domi, and Ryan Reeves. Out, Bunting, O'Reilly, Gustafson, Kerfoot, Hull, Luke Shen, and Noel Acciari. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure that Leaf fans would agree with that. Losing Bunting Bunting's a good player, all right. But they add Tyler Bertuzzi and you put him on this list. They add Tyler Bertuzzi and Max Domi. And you put him that low on the list. But it's okay because it gets worse. There she is. There she is. Number 31, Florida Panthers. Supposedly the goal differential added is a minus 21 goal differential, and we added $2.8 million. In was Evan Rodriguez, Dmitry Kulikov, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Nico Mikkola, Steven Lorentz, and out is Anthony Duclair and Radko Gudas, which is an incomplete list because out is Alex Lyon, in is Stolars, and also in was Stenlund. So let's just start there. They think grade. I can't imagine how many of the other teams they graded with an incomplete list. With the team's two best defensemen likely on IR to start the season and Radko Gudas moving on, Florida's already thin blue line was even thinner to start the offseason. It wasn't thin. It wasn't thin. That is a lie. That is bullshit. That is a narrative spun by the Canadian hockey media over and over and over and over and over again. We were the Eastern Conference champions. We made it to the frickin' Stanley Cup final, and they still want to bitch about our blue line. You don't get to the final with a crappy blue line. It gets old. It gets real old after a while. This is garbage. Now, that meant a lot of short-term Band-Aid solutions. All three of Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Dmitry Kulikov, and Mike Riley grade out as downgrades from Gudas, which is the main reason Florida lands so low on this list. The Panthers do have a knack for fixing broken toys, and the allure of all three players is obvious for that purpose. But for now, the model isn't very high on the team's chosen solution. Up front, it's the same story with Evan Rodriguez being a slight downgrade from Anthony Duclair, while Steven Lorentz is a well below average depth player. Okay. Well, first of all, Duclair wasn't even there on the team 3/4 of the year. Okay? And while Rodriguez might be a little bit of an offensive downgrade from Duclair, in terms of his complete game, it's at worst a wash. Okay? That's number one. Number two, we didn't bring in Larson, Kulikov, and Riley. Okay? I mean, he doesn't even mention the guy that we brought in to kind of replace Gudas, which is Mikkola. We brought in Larson, Kulikov, and Riley mainly because we needed guys to fill in for Ekblad and Montour when they're out. Now, those guys are going to be on the team, but those guys didn't replace Gudas. They replaced Mark Stahl, number one. Okay, why don't you grade these guys against the guy that they're really that they're really replacing? Okay, Mikla is the guy that replaced Gudis for the most part. Doesn't have the same exact physical game, but still, give me a break. Okay, and in terms of Larson, Kulikov, and Riley, their job is Ekblad, Montour are going to be out for some time. All they have to do is go out there and be adequate. Okay, we're not trying to replace Aaron Ekblad and Brandon Montour with any of those guys. Eventually, Ekblad and Montour are going to be back, and we're still going to have a damn good top four, and we're actually now going to have a lot of depth. So, horse shit. That's what I say.